Hello, this is Motor and Alexa, the time for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
Alright, let's get rolling. A roll dolin. So currently, the Netherlands has just been liberated under the Government of National Unity, or Regering den National Eenheid, under centrist faction, the Centriste Fractie. And we're making ways into Essen and Westfalen and Wiese M. To be Westfalen. Sorry, my pronunciation. I've just defended the southern front. Hey, got Nancy back, so that's good. Hey, we took Metz finally. Bunch of peacekeeping, got some peacekeeping stuff. Send some stuff. Do that. Mobilize like influence. PP2222. This is yeah, establish model villages and rule scholarships. National military or science. Let's get the nuke. All the memes and do some party funding. One stuff. Get advanced manufacturing. The Ningxi nuclear power plant is still in production. Geneva has been liberated. Spain wins Eurovision because most of Europe's at war with itself. The only nations that aren't killing each other are seemingly the new Moldavian Republic, which I'm pretty sure wouldn't be a part of it. Wallachia, which is only recently appeared, so wouldn't be a part of it. Bulgaria, maybe Serbia, but that's unlikely. Croatia, possibly. Hellenica. Possibly. Also known to class themselves as neo-Nazis, even though Nazis still exist, so it would be still just Nazism. And under a new party, the Latico Etnico Socialico Coma, the People's National Socialist Party. Very interesting. There's the Kingdom of Italy, which may be in it, but who knows. I think it's for European Trade Community members only, so probably not that. So Bulgaria, Spain, You're at war. You're at war. Ireland. You're at war. I think Sweden was, remember? Yes, Sweden. Finland? Yes, Finland. So Bulgaria, Sweden, Finland, and Spain. Not Portugal, though. I mean, technically Turkey could be a part of it. No, they're not. They're part of our Salmon International. What about Georgia and... Not Georgia. Or Armenia? Nope. Neither. Okay. But wait, what about Iceland? Nope, they're part of the TA, so veteran mode. Russia's not in the game yet, so... Wonder, will they actually give independence to the smaller nations in the Caucasus or not? I mean, the SS Moscow thing would probably most likely just all go to Russia. Will the Baltics return as an independent nation? Will Belarus be an independent nation? All things to consider. Will Ukraine finally become independent under the Ukrainian People's Republic? A lot of questions to be answered. And so far, the Hungarians are, even though we're on a two-front war, kind of there's this SS Banat. It honestly should be an autonomous region of Serbia, but Alsace-Lorraine is almost liberated. Most of Wallonia has been liberated. Denmark, the Netherlands have been destroyed. Rest in the future. Yeah, we did it. To Stuttgart. Cut off most of Baden's resources. Well, cut off a bit of it, at least. Rural school curriculum. Yet encourage teachers. Although curriculum reforms are important in order to modernize our education, we also need to motivate more high-quality teachers to start to work in rural areas. Also, still can't wait for that the Fire Rises update. Supposedly, it's supposed to be in between Q1 and Q3. I'm going on a tangent, I know, but I'm currently in Q3 and it's still not out yet. So, when is the American experiment update for the Fire Rises, guys? Because I can't find anything other than saying Q1 to Q3. Q3 is almost over. You have a month and a few days. Please hurry up. I want to play Cascadia this year, preferably. Where are they? Going to modernize our education, we also need to motivate more high-quality teachers to work in rural areas. We will launch initiatives prior to these teachers. The financial France if they commit to teaching rural areas as well as housing allowances and pension contributions. Top performing rural teachers will also be eligible for training grants and to continuously upgrade their skills. We will also institute certification standards and regular performance evaluations to professionalize the rural teaching forces, ensuring the highest standard of education of the countryside. Get some stuff from Indonesia. You want some stuff? I've just cut off a large part of supply for the entire river region here. Well, okay, not the entire river region, you could just get it from this point here, but still. Almost half of the SS order state is created, and there's so much text that it won't allow me to get rid of it. Yeah, thanks. Well done, Himmler. Your state is complete, and Hungary's on the brink of collapse. Taking their supply point on the hill, though. Destroy a lot of supply. Aim for the supply points, the rest place will fall. Jong Hook wins Argentinian election. That sounds way too English to be an Argentinian, isn't it? Or is that just me? Anyway, it's from the Radical Civic Union, or the Proist Party, if you wish. Just another one of the general shenanigans. Anyway. Take you. Encirclement. Fail at doing an encirclement, guys. Retry doing an encirclement. We've just liberated Luxembourg. Also, Antwerp is about to fall. Probably another encirclement. We're making waves into Germany. Hopefully we can finally take Zurich. And we can have liberated the entirety of Belgium. If France doesn't take it all itself. We have liberated northern France and the entirety of Belgium. Will this be the final victory of the Europe over evil? Or will it stagnate again? Anyway, we've got a massive pocket, so Budapest, hold out still. I know could have been in better shapes, but you are saving Europe, damn it. Hold on. The Netherlands seem to be freed. The Netherlands are occupied currently by France, and Hungary's just been destroyed. We have a new Order Sat Ungarem, Hungary, basically, under the security protection stuff. Whatever it is. They also take Vojvodina. Oddly enough, shouldn't it be still German, technically, not in Hungarian? Because these bits are in German, but just maybe. Anyway, literacy campaign. Studies have shown that over 80% of living in rural areas still don't know how to read or write. This is of great concern if we are to continue modernization. We must embark on a great literacy campaign across the nation, with the goals of teaching basic reading and writing skills to all our students over the age of 11. Within the next 5 years, at minimum, pre-existing schools and municipal facilities should be turned into literacy centers, and the evenings with free classes have being offered, and that would also serve to instill a sense of civic pride amongst rural residents. Will this finally go to, I don't know what Slovakia? If that's the whole divide of Hungary, that's a pretty depressing kind of this. But maybe just give it back, a bit of it back to Slovakia. Most of the entire German army is just collapsing at this point. Austria is being invaded. What the hell am I? Oh, that's 5 units. Just out of Essen. That guy destroyed. Do. My troops are being sent to Linz. And all that, get the Wang Cheng. Taken one of the major supply points. Now we take the other one, cutting off the entire region, or at least the Salzburg region, at least. Seems Austria has fallen. Something new. Chemical leak. Work with local authorities. We had a Chernobyl, but who cares about that? We're making fights into there. Send our troops to beat the hell up some local unionists. Sure. We have taken Munich. Well, I mean, kind of quick. We've taken Innsbruck, we've basically taken Munich, so. Sure. Was it now? Hungry just. So does it have a new focus trait? Nope, it does not. And you. Vienna, or Vine, is on the brink. Sure. More important things, like getting the first liberators of the capital of Vienna be Chinese. There's some problems at home that we can cover up. Berlin's only a scratch away. We have taken Vienna. The liberators of Vienna are Chinese. I repeat, the liberators of Vienna are Chinese. The 6-year national education scheme. We have just less than 10 minutes. Actually, no, we have 6 minutes, so over 5. China needs an educated populace if it is to further increase its standing with the current day. We cannot rely on old education systems that plagued with mismanagement and unnecessary bureaucracy. So its origins before the revolution, we must standardize education to ensure that all children receive a mandatory 6-year national education with the help educate them for modern Chinese students. By doing this, they will not be able to serve their China, but they'll help modernize it. Maybe we can even get to Bratislava. Okay, maybe not. Let's do it. You know what? Since I literally have nothing to do today, I'm gonna continue this video till we win this war. Terrorist attack in Königsberg? Damn. Alexa, stop timer.
30 minutes timer cancelled.
Berlin's on the brink. I repeat, Berlin is on the brink. Germania, it should actually be called, is on the brink. And we still can't get into Bratislava. Bratislava is officially more defended, but is more important than Berlin. Berlin has just fallen. Cheering with chants of democracy and freedom, the American forces utilized their combined armed tactics and heavy bombardment and devastated any point of resistance before taking control of the so-called world capital of Berlin. The Battle of Berlin took staggering numbers of lives both sides, causing both civilian and military casualties. Then the perimeter around the chancellery saw an intense amount of bombardment performed by the Americans during the peak of the street combat. It is desperate press statement, Nazi officials called for total resistance against the invaders and have enacted a new wave of scorched earth policies in major German cities. A mighty united once more. So the capital is now in Königsberg. Shouldn't. That's funny. They're 87% way to being eliminated. Once that, the entire faction just collapses on itself. However, they are making waves into Russia still. So we just need to take some smaller bits, bobs. We'll be done, and soon we'll be done. And we're taking us. We are making waves into taking Bratislava. We were. Sure, the Zanzibar and peacekeeping troop. I think it is good for me. We may take Bratislava. They still haven't retaken Denmark. And it seemed that Slovakia has capitulated. Seemingly. The Hlinka Guard has collapsed the country. You have you, a bunch of you. Let's see what happens if we get the Zuji Hauklik to win, eh? CC, yeah, CC. The Japanese want some stuff. We're making waves. We're very close to it being over. We just need to take a few more spots and they'll be good. Possibly Posen and Brizlau, those are some pots that could be used. Most likely Potzen. No, wait, more likely Breslau. More likely both. This looks disgusting. The Serbian state has regained West Banat. The Slovak Republic is now democratic, actually. A Democratic Party. Luxembourg now re-exists under some Social Democrats. The Netherlands are in Netherlands. Poland re-exists under the Polish Socialist Party, or Polska Partia Socjalistyczna, and is now deporting a bunch of Germans. Russia's got Moscow back and some other regions. Okay, so the Hungary is now a republic again under the Civil Democratic Party, or Polgare Demokrata Pat. Belarus is independent under the Rada of the Belarusian Democratic Republic, or Rada Belaruskaya Narodная Respubliki. And the Republic of Latvia re-exists under the Democratic Center and Non-Partisan Public Workers. I'm going to butcher this, so be prepared. The Demokratske Centre Bezpartijskie Sabedrikli Debarkani. Denmark re-exists under the Toronto Corps headquarters of the Danish Occupation Command, New Kingdom of Denmark. Russia gets entirety of the Northern Caucasus. The Czech Republic re-exists under the Czechoslovak Social Democracy, or Czechoslovacká sociální demokraty. Also, the Republic of Austria exists with its own sort of history. Led by the Christian Social Party, or Christliche Soziale Partei of Julius Rabe. The Republic of Slovenia, the Slovene People's Party leftist branch, or Slovska Ljudska Stranka Levika, under Adam Krisman, the Lieutenant of Industry that he was. Also, the Swiss re-exist under the Federal Council of the Social Democratic Party of Switzerland and the Swiss Socialist Party, which are united, I guess. The Sozialdemokratische Partei des Schweiz, Partia Socialdemokrata de la Svizzera, Parti Socialiste Suisse. Sorry, I think I've missaid the Italian or Romantic one. The Partita Socialdemokrata della Svizzera. Now there's the Partito Socialista Svizzero, or Party of. There's a bunch of parties, basically. So, Slovakia gains Carpatho, Ukraine, but they don't get southern Slovakia, ironically. The Republic of Lithuania re-exists under the Lithuanian Popular Peasants Union, or Lietuva Litovos, Veltsikio Lietviniki Sajuango under Konstantinas Dobkevius, and the Transitional Authority of Norway, led by the Toronto Record headquarters of Keller Emmerich Rocky. Yeah, Rockery. Okay. Okay, so the Caucasus have been liberated. The Dagestan Soviet Republic exists under the Objedinye Soviet Dagestan, the United Councils of Dagestan of Kabulipiya Amirkanov. The Chechen Ingushian Republic exists under Mirbek Shirpov of the Partia Nezazemolsti Chechno-Ingushtilyi or the Chechen and Ingush Independence Party. The Circassian Republic exists under the Cherkasskaya Partia Svobody or Cherkassian Freedom Party of Tevik Esenik. There is the Ukrainian People's Republic, which we get the territory of occupied Ukraine there, led by our previous guy, Tara Bulbaborov. I've already went through what his body is called. There's the Red Cossack Army, which is somehow back alive, led by the Krasnaya Army, or Red Army, of Dmitry Ryabashev, and the Don Free State, led by the Donskaya Liga, the Don League of Simeon Krasnov, son of Peter Krasnov, and the Azerbaijan Socialist Party, led by the Azerbaijan Communist Partия C, or Communist Party of Azerbaijan, by Mir Jafar Bagirov. Well, I suppose there is a small land border between Nakhchivan and Turkey, although it's not really shown on the map. Posen has been given to Poland. Hungary gets Vojvodina again. Yeah, sure. The Congo's now finally independent, as how the Belgians actually wished it to be. Once they got their actual the Belgian homeland back, now led by the Congolese National Front, or Front Nationaliste Congolese, under Patrice Lumumba, who tried to be independent previously. Now the Kingdom of Belgium re-exists. Sober who was led by Albert the leader Chauvet. Who knows? But they're back again, back in Brussels, led by the Catholic Party, or Parti Catholique, or Catholique Page. The German Confederation, or Confederal Union, now exists under the United Nations Provisional International Authority, or UNPAG, with the total disarmament thing. So they don't even have their own personal focus tree. Poland gets most of Eastern Europe, except Germany still has Ostmark and Pommern. The German Federal Union, the European Summit, having organized the territorial shifts and the liberals, had decided that Germany's new government and the German Federal Union has been founded, consisting of extremely loose confederation of mainly confederal states. The new nation will, for the first time, be under direct occupation and administration by the United Nations and occupation by international law. Occupation forces from all members of the coalition. The new Germany will also, for the time being, now completely disarmed. Some nations have even begun deporting Germans within the newly liberated territory into the new confederation, living in the nicknamed Prison Germany. A New Hope. Now, there's still some problems. France still owns Prussia. Pretty sure I'll go to Slovenia. And the US still owns Transylvania. Will these two things will ever get fixed? The restitution of Czech exiles, headquarters London. Since the loss of Czechoslovak sovereignty, the Czech government in exile has finally returned to Prague, invited and welcomed by the military commanders of the initial revolt. Though there was no real revolt. Now led by Jan Mazniak, his restored government has proclaimed the full intention of reunifying with Slovakia, if they're willing as well, claiming the entry into Slovakia as a part of Czechoslovakia, hoping to restore the pre-occupation Czechoslovakia. Unlikely, counting Hungary still is the south of it. Hungary is a UN member. Portuguese, sure. T the bug. Set own Slav. T the bug. Yeah, Slovenia gets that bit. Revenue. Set Amoras to set own slow. So Slovakia got Maramures. Since Vojvodina went to Hungary, I guess set own sir. Not the greatest idea, but eh. And set the rest. Hun. Hun. Set own Hun. And set own Hun. Does it look great? No. but it's looked better than nothing. The Bretton Woods system. United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference, commonly known as the Bretton Woods Conference, was held a year ago in hopes of regulating global finance and assistance to industrial development. However, this process has frozen due to fascist control of Europe. As the years progressed, in order to gradually being restored to high content, now it's time for final details of the Bretton Woods Conference finally properly implemented and ratified by the United Nations. That's sure. I say sure. Did it for a rug. This. Hey, Ukraine finally got the Portuguese are part of the UN, and Ukraine finally is independent. Finally, after years of being dead, a puppet of Hungary, it's finally fully united and independent. Sadly, I'm pretty sure Paul Bobolov had to step down because now the Conservatives are in power, led by Daniel Skoropadsky, the son of the original leader of the Ukrainian puppet state in World War I, the headmanate of Ukraine, or Ukrainian state, second headmanate. So, yeah, possible monarchy restored in Hungary? Who knows? Danish membership to the UN? Yeah. The Great European Refugee Crisis. As the last remnants of the Great Nazi state has been stamped out, those amongst its victims who have survived roam across a totally destroyed European continent. Tens of millions of people have been displaced by years of continuous war, violence, brutality across the continent, especially in the Central and Eastern European, where the suffering caused by the Nazi Germany's crimes against humanity was greatest. A massive effort is underway amongst the recently created international organization tasked with rebuilding Europe, a difficult task to behold, especially in 1958. International organization tasked with rebuilding of Europe following the turmoil and destruction of the Nazi era. Still, it will be years, perhaps decades, before peaceful normality will ever return to Europe, and some countries be scarred longer, harrowing times. So, other than mild, Estonia is independent. So after a lot of problems, the fact is they have to rebuild the entirety of Europe again. Also, the National Centre Party rules Estonia, led by Hendrik Borhorn. The National Centre Party's name in Estonian is Rovul. My apologies, the recording cut out. What I was trying to say is Ravulsk Slick Kirkanan Kond. Kaskaran Kond. Anyway, I fixed the border goal. Well, okay, I haven't fixed the border goal. I fixed the borders over in Transylvania. Basically, everything's now fine. So next time, you're going to see me finish this tree with the rural police force. I'm soft blocked from finishing this tree. I'll go on this tree. If nothing happens in Vietnam, I can't do any of this. So, yeah. Hope to see you next time. Hope to see you then. Keep a good eye on Europe. Who knows what will happen to Italy? and goodbye. Bye.